Welcome to The Method, real talk for real people. And this is your announcer, always me, Dee Marie, coming straight at you from St. Andrew United Methodist Church. We're getting it jumping with Birthday Cake by Rihanna featuring Chris Brown off That Talk CD, because that's what we're about on The Method. We're about that talk. This episode of The Method is brought to you by Better Community Development Incorporated, The Business Experts, Denman Hamilton and Associates CPAs, and St. Andrew United Methodist Church, Little Rock. It's time for the talking to begin, y'all. So put your hands together for the original fly girl of talk radio, KB Naha.
Welcome to The Method, everyone. I'm so happy to see each and every one of you today. You know, I'm kind of liking that beat you picked out, D. What you know about that?
Oh, what can I say?
I guess you still celebrating your birthday, huh?
Ooh, yes. What can I say? I like to celebrate. I may be old, but I still know what these youngins like. I'm just joking. My daughter picked this song out for us.
All right. Well, go ahead and tell little Dee Marie that she got some good DJ skills, so she'll have to help you with most of the songs for the empowerment message and the show. Can she do that?
Yeah, she does. She likes it.
All right. Well, tell her we appreciate that.
I sure will.
Moving right along, this episode of The Method is about something that we can all put our 2 cents in on. We're going to talk about greed. Now, as a nation, we are obsessed with obtaining power and wealth. Now, this is something that we really need to examine. When we look at the world around us, we look at how people will do just about anything to get ahead. And I know you know somebody that will do anything to get ahead, right? The concept of greed in many religions is a bad thought. It doesn't matter whether it is Western or Eastern, Hindu, Buddhist, Christians, Jews, or Muslims. According to their doctrines, all agree that greed is bad. So now not only do people of faith follow that doctrine, but we will see in the streets every day that people do what they got to do just for the love of money, right? Greed starts wars, it fosters crime, and it depletes people's morals. So this is a serious topic because greed has become a global epidemic. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. All you have to do is turn on the TV and watch the evening news, read about it on the internet, or listen to the news on the radio. The talk is all saturated in the media talking about greed and what people do for greed. Now, I know that we all have our own opinion and definition of greed, but let's see what some famous people think about it. There's a very fine line between loving life and being greedy for it. Dr. Maya Angelou. The riskiest thing you can do is get greedy. Lance Armstrong. Do y'all know who Lance Armstrong is? All right, former Tour de France champion. So who knows why he would say something like that? The riskiest thing that you can do is get greedy. Why do you think?
I think I may have an idea about that, KV. Lance Armstrong used to be like a professional racing cyclist, you know, like them dudes that you see on the TV, like riding the bikes through the mountains and stuff. Well, he won the Tour de France like a jillion times, you know, like a lot, like from the 90s on to the 2000s. But he was banned from racing for life because the USA Anti-Doping Agency found out that he was doping himself up. And so they stripped him of all his titles in 2012.
So basically, you think that quote was in response to him getting caught up? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I do.
Well, here's our last quote from a famous person. The point is you can't be too greedy. And that comes from the man with the plan, Donald Trump. And we all know he has major cash. So according to him, you can't have too much money. But I want to see if there's someone here in our audience that has an opinion about that. So do you feel that you can't be too greedy?
Well, yeah.
First of all, state your age for me.
I'm 21 years old.
Okay, 21. Okay, so do you think that a person cannot be too greedy?
Well, I feel like they shouldn't be too greedy because sometimes you be too greedy, everything don't work out as planned.
So it's okay to hustle in the streets, take from other people, and do everything that you need just for the love of money and to get what you want Would you take from somebody else just because you
No.
want something?
No, I wouldn't. That's bad. I wouldn't, but I know people that would.
Okay, so you all see people steal every day, right? Some of you probably have had something stolen from you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so how did that make you feel?
It make me feel angry. It make me feel like this person that stole from me probably ain't got nothing and being greedy.
So what's your definition of greed then?
Being greedy is wanting too much. Want too much. that you can
Regardless of
handle.
what it is?
Yup.
What if I wanted too much birthday cake? Am I still being greedy? That was something
That's
came
being
on.
greedy.
Okay.
Too much sugar.
Too much sugar, huh? So, okay, somebody tell me, why do you think that people are obsessed with obtaining wealth and possessions? We got quite a young demographic in here today. So, a lot of times you all are, I'm going to say, obsessed with the bling. Y'all want the shoes, you want the cars, you got to have the Malaysian weave.
What is that?
Is it Malaysian?
In
Brazilian?
Malaysian.
Your nails is going, all of that.
So what is it? So when
You
it
pay
blows in
money
the
to
wind,
have all of these extra things. Why? Why do you think you're obsessed with it, or do you all look at it as you're just prepping yourself? Oh, it's a trend? So trends can bring about greed. Yes or no? Why?
I believe that trends bring about greed for the simple fact that we see this and that and we want it, and then down the line we constantly want to take on this thing, and then once it's out, then we feel that we have to go about another way getting it, and then we turn into stealing and things of that nature, which soon going to run out, and then we're going to see that what was the point of doing it when now that once everything that we done worked for and all that is all gone because we want to be greedy and then go and take from others.
You know what? I appreciate that, what you said, because it does bring about some characteristics. It makes you do some things probably that you normally wouldn't do just because you want to get what somebody else has, or you want to be the latest trend or be trendy. I know I want to put something else on your mind about the topic for today, but before we do that, I'm going to take a pause for the cause. We're going to pay some bills, have a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back, all right? So we'll be back in just a moment with The Method, Real Talk for Real People.
Like The Method? Then follow us all the time. Like The Method on Facebook, hit us up on Instagram, or follow us on Twitter at The Method Podcast. It's easy. By doing this, you are empowered to ask our empowerment guest questions, give us immediate feedback on the show, gain access to empowerment information, see listings of the music used for the show, and post pictures and shout-outs. We look forward to your posts and tweets. Thanks for supporting The Method. Real talk for real people.
This 30-second empowerment moment is brought to you by St. Andrew United Methodist Church. Here are 3 suggestions that you might want to consider when reaching out to others. You have to care about people no matter who they are. Then you go to where they are. And most importantly, you have to have respect. Respecting others is very important. This is Mike Fikes, Mission and Outreach Pastor for St. Andrew United Methodist Church. We are so glad that Better Community Development is rebuilding communities and restoring lives.
This 30-second empowerment moment is brought to you by the tax experts, Denman, Hamilton & Associates. When it comes to making good financial decisions, it's good to get started on financial empowerment as soon as possible. Start with a budget and stick to it. Try living below your means. Buying things on sale could save you a lot of money. And most importantly, invest your money. Let your money work for you. Make an appointment today with the tax experts. This is KV Knox for the tax experts, Denman, Hamilton & Associates. And we're so glad that Better Community Development is rebuilding communities and restoring lives. Don't forget to like Denman, Hamilton & Associates on Facebook and follow them on Twitter for more tips on financial empowerment.
Being a bully is no laughing matter, and it can affect any student anywhere. If you are a victim of bullying at your school, here's some suggestions on empowerment. Tell your school principal. Let your parents or guardian know. If nothing has been done to your satisfaction, report it to the Anti-Bullying Task Force in your school district or juvenile criminal division. A positive learning experience leads to achieving educational results. This is Deidre Lee of New Horizons Foundation, and we are so glad that better community development is rebuilding communities and restoring lives.
All right, and we're back. You are listening to The Method, Real Talk for Real People. This special episode, we are talking about greed and what it means to be greedy. So I told you before the break that I was going to put something on your mind. So I just want to share something that I read in the March issue of the Time magazine. It's about a study that was conducted by the University of Oxford that said that greed is actually good. In this study, researchers from the University of Oxford used mathematical and scientific models that showed areas with high levels of poverty that they tend to do well when people of affluence take charge and help the poor. Now notice I said help. I didn't say empower. But the study showed that the people being helped become dependent on the helpers. They become what the researchers call free riders. So after these free riders make little or no effort to raise above their own circumstances, it also says that the free riders want to be empowered or to do better. The people of affluence resist the liberation of the people. So now by hearing that, the Time magazine reference, can anyone say that greed is good? Some of you have done service projects, right? Community service. So when you help people, or even if you've helped out a friend or a family member, have you seen them become dependent on you?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I see that. Like, when you help somebody, and I believe in karma, like good karma. What goes around comes around. So if you help somebody, you'll get it in return. Some kind of way, some type of way.
Okay. So as long as you're helping somebody, then there'll be good karma. So that's a good thing. So what about when that good turns into them always saying, hey, bro, you got $2? Come on, man, you know I'm good for it. Go on, let me hold some. Man, you supposed to be my brother, man. You supposed to hold me down, dog. It's like that. So that's how you feel? It's like that? I know you got it. I know you got it. How does that make you feel?
I get a little irritated at times, but I wouldn't say I would give it to him, but I try to look out for him. Not every time, but sometimes.
Okay. So he said a good thing. He said not every time, but maybe sometimes. So how do you differentiate how many times you help somebody out? When you see that they're not helping themselves, and it basically comes to the point where they are dependent on you. You might as well file them on your taxes because you are having to help them with every single thing, and they've become dependent on you and what you have rather than getting it for themselves. How do you handle that?
Well, how I would handle it is just, I mean, you might have to be straight up with them, just let them know this not all every time thing. It's just helping you out when I can, or that being it.
What about ladies? A lot of times it's different with the ladies. You know, we have that nurturing spirit. We want to be nice. We want to take care of everybody. We want to help everybody. So ladies, how does that work with your friends? When they want to come borrow your shoes, borrow your clothes, borrow your favorite necklace, never bring it back.
I feel it's the same way as the guys like you. So many times is enough. Don't let them take advantage of it, and if they keep bringing it back, bro, no, it's the next cancel you're going to get.
So how many times is too much?
Like about a good 2 or 3.
A good 2 or 3. A good 2 or 3, huh? Or when they just get too comfortable.
They wearing your stuff more than you wearing it.
Or they just expect to answer yes every time, like, I know I'm going to get it. Or, you know, or when they just start taking it and expecting you, not to be mad about it. That's when it's really serious.
Okay. So all of that is like, it's almost like a disease. Just like alcoholism, just like doing drugs, all of that, it's just like a disease. They become dependent on it and they need that. So therefore they go around just constantly taking from other people. Keeping it, don't return it, bring it torn up, or even give it away to somebody else thinking they're doing a good deed. But it's your stuff that they're giving away. I like the conversation that's getting started. I'm kind of seeing how you feel about greed and some different things, but we're going to have some fun in just a minute. We're going to take another quick break. We always got to pay bills because we're happy to be here, and we thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here. The Method, Real Talk for Real People.
Like the Method? Then follow us all the time. Like the Method on Facebook, hit us up on Instagram, or follow us on Twitter at The Method Podcast. It's easy. By doing this, you are empowered to ask our empowerment guests questions, give us immediate feedback on the show, gain access to empowerment information, see listings of the music used for the show, and post pictures and shout-outs. We look forward to your posts and tweets. Thanks for supporting The Method. Real talk for real people.
This 30-second empowerment moment is brought to you by New Horizons Foundation, Inc. If you want to get involved in your community, here's some suggestions. It's always good to be a member of your neighborhood association. And if you want, volunteer at your neighborhood alert center to stay in the know on what's going on. And if you see a need in your local community, well, guess what? It's all right to raise money for the cause. This is Deidre Lee of New Horizons Foundation, Inc., and we are so glad that better community development is rebuilding communities and restoring lives.
This 30-second empowerment moment is brought to you by St. Andrew United Methodist Church. Here are 3 suggestions that you might want to consider if you want to make new friends. It's always good to greet people with a smile. Be respectful and listen. Listen to their story because everybody has a story. This is Chester Jones, Senior Pastor of St. Andrew United Methodist Church, and we are so glad that better community development is restoring lives and rebuilding communities.
Well, you hear that music, so you know what that means. That means it's time to play. This is not the $25,000 pyramid. Oh, and I see we already have our contestant up here at the mic. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hi there, what's your name?
My name's Darla.
Okay, well, hey, Darla, nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Mount Ida, Arkansas.
Okay, I don't think I've ever heard of that before. What is that near, Darla?
It's right out of Hot Springs in Hot Springs County.
Oh, okay. Well, nice to meet you, Darla. Well, I tell you what, since you're here visiting with us today, is there anybody that you want to say a special hello to before we get started with our game?
I'd like to say hello to my pigs, Honey and Zigzag. We listen to The Method on YouTube.
I'm glad that you listen to The Method on YouTube. So is there anyone else that you'd like to say hello to?
No, just my pigs, Zigzag and Honey.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and get started now. The object of this game, for those of you that don't know, the object of the game is to name as many ways that people can keep from being greedy. Now, we've been talking about our obsession with obtaining materialistic things, and this is just a fun way to learn some ways to do better, because when you know better, what? You do better. All right, so you'll have 1 minute to name as many things as you can.
Okay.
All right? All right, now we've got one of our other helpers from the audience. You know, Miss Sunshine, she's bright and shining today.
Hey, Miss Sunshine, how you doing?
She's going to help you out in your quest for success.
Okay.
All right, so now, Sunshine, you are going to describe what's on the cue card that you have without using any of the words that are actually on them. So when the timer music begins, you can start. But now the audience, I need you all to hold your applause to the end of the game so Miss Darla can concentrate.
Ooh, KV!
We want for her to get as many as she can. So, who is going to describe?
I'm going to guess. I want to guess. KV.
Okay, all right. Well, remember, audience, quiet, please.
We have things that you can see from QVC.
Buying stuff on TV.
Good, correct.
Right.
All right.
Okay, let's see. The next one is vegetables and fruit and the magic blender and NutriBullet.
What, buying that stuff, getting healthy with your money?
Okay, good. Keep going.
Okay, come on now. Come on, Miss Sunshine.
Aluminum, plastic, metal.
Recycle.
Good, yes. Keep going. You're almost there.
I don't care. I'm going to do this hair anyway. Whatever.
Don't care what people think.
Right, good. A few more.
Let's see. She said what? She's looking at who?
What? Give me another clue. Come on, hurry.
Yes, I got my Gucci and my Fendi.
Don't be jealous of others.
Right. Yes, all right. There's only one more. Almost there.
Okay. I got to tweet that, Facebook it, Pinterest.
What? What is Pinterest?
Pinterest. Facebook it. I need to put
Social
this on the
media,
thing.
you limit your time on social media?
All right, yes, that's it.
Bags, yeah, what I'm talking about, baby. What y'all laughing at?
All right, now looking back on what has been said, okay? I've learned a lot from you guys, and I hope that you have learned something too. Now, we have to admit to ourselves that everyone's destiny is tied together in some kind of way. And when we look at how technology connects us, we are seeing that greed is bringing the quality of life of people down all around the world. So it's not just poor people that are affected, but rich people are too. But what we find out when we're doing research for the show, that if governments use 1/4 of that money that they use for war, then everybody in the world could be fed. Now that's something to think about. You don't have to continue to contribute to the problem. We can be a part of the solution. And it's all right to want to be successful in life, and it's all right to want nice things. But when that's all that you think about constantly, then there may be a problem. So when we forget that people matter more than things, we may need to do a little soul searching. All right, Dee Marie, go ahead and wrap up the show for us.
All right, y'all, we're going to end the show with a song that I love, and I think everybody up in there at least has heard it. We're going to end it with Royals by Lorde. She kept it real with this one. This episode of The Method is brought to you by Better Community Development Incorporated, restoring lives, rebuilding communities. Denman Hamilton and Associates CPAs, make an appointment with the business experts today. And St. Andrew United Methodist Church, Little Rock, where we're people helping people. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Method 3. And if you want to hear previous episodes of The Method, just hit us up on YouTube. And we'll never be royal. It's a running our blood. This kind of luck just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler, ruler. You can call me Queen Bee, and baby, our let me live that fantasy. You've been listening to The Method, Real Talk for Real People. This episode is sponsored by Better Community Development Incorporated, restoring lives, rebuilding communities. Denman Hamilton and Associates, make an appointment with the business experts today. And St. Andrew United Methodist Church, Little Rock, where we are people helping people. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Method 3. If you want to listen to previous episodes of The Method, you can check us out on YouTube. Executive producer and host, Kristen VZ Knox. Produced by Deborah Bell, Chester Jones, and C.E. McAdoo. Executive Director for Better Community Development Incorporated, William Robinson Jr. Sound Director, Jamal Quarles. Technical Director, Doug Pierce. Technical support provided by St. Andrew United Methodist Church. The Method is created and written by Dina Hamilton and broadcast locally on KABF 88.3 Community Radio. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, we must be the change we wish to see in the world. This is your announcer, always me, Dee Marie, thanking you for your support and being down with The Method. Be blessed and be empowered.